I went to a cheder called Tashbar. It's an illegal school in that they don't do any secular education as a matter of ideology. Conditions were very bad, so we existed in very cramped, run-down classrooms. The toilets were, I don't want to go graphic, but it was really bad and unhygienic, unsafe. Wouldn't say it was a safe place for kids to grow up. And then there was corporal punishment. Eventually my parents did manage to take me and my siblings out of that school, and we went to much better schools. And you can see how desperate the situation was, that even though I only had 6 months left, I was still taken out because it was so bad.
When you left Tashbar, what was your knowledge skill? What did you know?
So I was very knowledgeable in Judaism, but very ignorant about anything else in the world, about science, about maths. I couldn't speak, read, or write in English, really. I didn't know pretty much anything about my country. I wouldn't know who the Prime Minister is. After the age of 13, a boy goes to yeshiva, where he's now dedicating his life fully to religious study, mainly the Talmud, mainly Gemara. I went to Satmar Yeshiva Ketana. In stark contrast to my cheder years, I actually had a very good time there, and I really liked it. On the other hand, the learning was even more intense, which I loved. So we spent all day long, and this is literally all day long. We'd come often from 7 in the morning, as early as 7 in the morning, and we'd just sit and study Talmud, Shulchan Aruch, that's halacha, and so on.
Do you still study Talmud?
Not as much as I should. I think the Talmud is tremendous human treasure. It's part of what forms our very proud heritage as Jews. From a historical perspective, rather than from a fundamentalist religious perspective, you can find in it tremendous human wisdom alongside bits that you can reject or evaluate or say that was part of their time. Even from a secular perspective, I feel privileged to have access to that body of heritage. On the other hand, as we've discussed, there's lots of issues of my formative educational years that were quite problematic and quite damaging in the long term. And obviously, I had to work extra hard over many years to catch up on secular education and learn about the other aspects of our wonderful universe. For me, there's no distinction between Torah and knowledge of the world. For me, it's all about getting to know the human condition, getting to know how the world works. And for me, it's as important to know the laws of physics than it is to know tractate in Talmud, perhaps more so the former, because it's more universal. But as a Jew, that's for me Jewish knowledge. It doesn't stop with Talmud. It's knowing the world as a whole, and that's what I would like to, I don't have children yet, but one day when I'll come to pass on to my children the culture of learning, I'd like them both to be able to appreciate our heritage, but also to know the world wider and be citizens of the world.